Assalamu alaikum, dear friends. I'm Azizullah. I'm doing mechanical engineering from High Tech University, Texala. I'm ex-student of Military College, Jhelum. I had been recommended in 139 PMA long course, and due to illness, I couldn't join that course. And then I got admission in mechanical engineering in High Tech University, and this is my YouTube channel. I'll be delivering lectures on ISSB as well as on engineering. As both of these are my point of interest, are my field of interest, so I will be talking about these things to help you people. The one and the most important thing in our life is how to crack an interview. If you are appearing in ISSB or you are appearing in any kind of job you have applied for, so you have to be appear in interview. For interview, what kind of step you should take to get recommended or to crack that interview? The first and the most important thing is you have to prepare yourself for that interview. And how you can prepare yourself for that interview? While you are writing your CV, you have to be very specific about your job. If I'm an engineer, I'll be writing something about my job only. I'll not be writing about my hobby such like cricket and this and that, football. If they ask my hobby or if I have to write my hobby, I will just write as for me I have interest in robotics, so I'll write robotics because that is somehow related to my field. And if you are going for ISSB, so you should have to choose such type of hobby that is matching with the army. Or if you are applying for any other type of interview job, so you have to be very specific about that job, and you should show him, the interviewer, the things that they need. So the first thing was how to write a CV and how to write documents while ISSB and while you are applying for some engineering job. For engineering job, you have to make a CV, and that should be very professional. And for ISSB, you have to write only specific thing. If you will write more than what they want, you will be questioned again and again. So the documents filling matters a lot about the ISSB. The CV and the documents filling, the CV in engineering job and the documents filling in ISSB matters about 20%, because they get impression of your things, that what you have done in your life and what type of interest do you have, in which things you have interest, and what you want to do, what you love to do. So this thing will make an image in the mind of interviewer. The next thing is have a quiet knowledge about that company, that firm, or that organization. If that is army, you have to have a quiet knowledge about army, the ranks of army, the shohada of army, the work of army, and the journals of army, and many other more and much more knowledge about the army. You should have to have the knowledge of army, their lifestyle, their life standard, how they will give you, which type of life they will give you, provide you, and what kind of work you can do for them. And for engineering, for a job for an engineer, you have to be you have to have a quiet knowledge, a sound knowledge about that company, that industry, or that firm for which you are going to be hired by them. So that will help you, that what kind of facility they will provide you, what kind of work they will take from you. So you will be having a little bit thing or knowledge thing in your mind that you can do this sort of work for this company, and you will get yourself prepared for those questions that they will ask you. Suppose you are applying for a job that is the job of safety, for a safety engineer, and you are called by some company, so you have to know about the work of a safety engineer. What a engineer that is only for safety, what he does, what is his job. So you have to think about these things. So what kind of job they will take from you, you have to have a quiet knowledge about that thing, a sound knowledge about that thing. The next thing is preparation. We know that in engineering field, once we apply for some job, they ask some question that that repeats again and again. Even many companies, they ask the same question from the people. If they are asking only for introduction, that only those people, the interviewer only wants to check out your confidence. They are not interested in your introduction, because you have your CV with them. They have got a lot of things from your CV, so they only check your confidence. If they are asking about your family and your introduction, and if they are asking about your knowledge, and if they question you about some specific thing, so you have to have a quiet knowledge, a sound knowledge. You have to prepare yourself for that specific profession, or for that specific interview, for that specific job. So that will matter a lot, that will help you a lot in getting recommended or getting selected by that company or that firm. The third thing I want to say, that be on time. This shows your responsibility, your punctuality, and your character even, that you are being on time. So you are having a beautiful character, you are having a good discipline. You are if you are good discipline, so they will hire you, because they want a good discipline. Because if you are not on time today, then how can you say that tomorrow you will be on time? If they hires you, so they do not want to take a risk about you. They have a lot of opportunities, a lot of choices, because many people in Pakistan are jobless. So don't think that they will hire you even if you get late. If you get late, so if you get late, you will be rejected completely, because they don't want to hire a person that is irresponsible, or that is having such type of deficiency that cannot be on time. So that's matter a lot. The next thing, these things were those things which you have to do before the interview. While giving the interview, what you can do, you can wear up a good dress. So a good dressing sense represent your personality. A good dressing makes a good impression, and a good impression may be the first impression, and as it is said that the first impression is the last impression, and I would like to say that the first impression is the last impression, the best impression, and the forever impression, the forever that remains forever impression in somebody's minds. So you have to dress up in a well manner according to the company, that organization, that firm, what kind of dress will be suitable for that interview, so they can have a good image of you. So that you have to decide. For army, you have to be very formal, so you can wear a 2-piece or 3 pieces during interview, that in winter 3 pieces or 2 pieces, and during summer you can have only trouser and shirt, that is formal trouser and shirt. And during other type of jobs such as engineering job, so you have to be a good dressing sense. So you should wear a formal dress that will represent your personality, and that will make an image, a positive image in the mind of interviewer. So the next thing, this was the first impression. The next thing is what they want. Why should they hire you? There are many choices with them, so you have to make them that why they should hire you. You have to show them your worth, your capability, your energy, that they should hire you for these things. You have to think about their interest, not your interest. If they are hiring you, they are paying you, so they will look for their own interest, not for your interest. What kind of life you want to live, that doesn't matter for them. What kind of life you are living now, that doesn't matter for them. If you are living a miserable life, if you don't have job, that doesn't matter for an interviewer. The only thing that matters for an interviewer, that is your energy, your potential, your character, your responsibility, your dressing sense, your personality, that and your knowledge, acquired knowledge about that specific job that they want to take from you. As they are paying for that specific job, so they expect that you will be having a good knowledge about that job. So you have to have a good knowledge about that job for which you are applying for, and you have to have keep in mind the only thing that you have to do, work according to their interest, the interest of the people who want to hire you. Show your enthusiasm, show your energy, show them that you are an energetic person. For that they will hire you. Have a non-verbal verbal communication skills, have a gesture while explaining something. If you are applying for an engineering job, and if you are applying for army, so in the front of senior it is considered a vulgar thing to shake hand such like this, or to gesture to something. You have to be very formal while giving an interview for army, and you have to be very formal too while giving interview for engineering job. But for engineering job, nothing can be explained in air. You have to use your hands to make gestures. So just work on your research work about that company, that organization, that firm. And the last and the most important thing is the positive attitude. If you are having a positive attitude, you will be selected. If you are having a negative attitude, you will be not recommended, or you will be not selected. Because if I am the chairperson, or if I am the runner of the industry, so I'll keep a person that is having a positive attitude, that is having a positive forlook, that will think positively for my company, for the people who are working with me. So that will benefit them if he thinks positively. And if he thinks negatively, that will harm my company, that will harm my labor. So I can't afford a person with a negative attitude, with a negative thinking. So for this, you have to focus on your positivity. You have to focus on your personality, and it has been seen in most of the people, while they not recommended or while they not selected during their first interview, once, twice, thrice, or fourth interview, once they not selected, they get depressed. They make a negative attitude in their mind. They start thinking negatively. That can have a very bad effect on their performance, on their interview as well. So the most important thing, the most important that you have to keep in mind, that are 3 C's. 1, you have to keep calm. Be calm while giving interview. Have a look at his face. Have eye contact with the person to whom you are interviewing, and have a confidence. The second C is the confidence, and the third C is the coolness. You have to be very cool while giving interview. Don't get angry if they put you in such situation that is specifically for army, and even for engineering job. Don't have that much attitude in yourself. Have a quite humble attitude. Show humbleness in your personality, so that will help a lot while interviewing. So the most at the last, I will like to conclude my topic, that is interviewing. while you are giving interview to somebody, the most important thing again, you have to be cool, calm, confident. You have to think about his interest, not your interest, because they are going to pay you, you are not going to pay you, they are going to facilitate you, you are not going to facilitate them. And you have to have a sound knowledge about that particular job you are applying for. If you don't have, that will mislead you, while you will mislead the person or the interviewer while he's questioning you. If you will if you will answer in a right way, in a right manner, in a good positive way, in a positive attitude, he will be impressed and he will select you. This is not something that you write on paper and you put to somebody and he will marks it. You are in the front of that person, and your attitude, your personality, your speaking style, your dressing sense, everything matters a lot. Everything does matter. So if you want to crack some interview, you have to follow these steps. For watching my videos, thank you for watching my videos. And at the last, I will thank Waleed and Osama Sharab for their cooperation with me. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching my video.